Hey guys, Claudius here. Right now we have several different types of abilities that will boost damage or boost attack stats of your unit. We have weapon mastery, we have double hand type of materia or ability, we have killer ability. Weapon mastery is something like large sword mastery or katana or blade mastery, which will boost your unit's attack stats by 50% when equipped with a particular weapon based on the weapon type of mastery. And that additional increase in attack stats will be taken from your unit's base stats. If you have a unit with 100 attack stats, by equipping a large sword mastery, your unit who is equipped with a large sword will gain an additional 50 in attack. 50 is 50% of the 100 attack stats. There's also a double hand type of materia, such as double hand, martial glove, buster style, or the Tomb Raider, the recently acquired global original materia. This type of materia, it will give your unit an additional increase in attack based on the equipment's raw attack stats. So let's say you're equipping your unit with Excalibur that has 120 attack. By equipping a double hand materia, and if you're to single wield it, your unit will get an additional plus 60 in attack, which is like 50% of that 120 attack stats. And please do note that this type of double hand materia will take into account the entire equipment's raw attack stats. So let's say if you're equipping your unit with Excalibur, 120 attack, or Priest Helm, 45 attack, or Ifrit's Claw, 30 attack. So basically that's about 195 attack stats. By equipping double hand materia, you will get an addition half of that 195, which is around 97 or 98 in attack. And then there's this killer ability, such as Man Eater, Dragon Killer, Beast Killer. This type of killer ability will increase damage against a particular enemy race. Man Eater will give you additional damage against human enemy by 50%. Dragon Killer will give you 50% additional damage against dragon. Dragon Killer Plus will give you 75% additional damage against dragon type of enemy, both physical and magical damage. Please do note that this killer ability doesn't increase your unit's attack stats, but rather it increases the damage against a particular enemy race. And I want to show you guys which of these three abilities is the most effective, which one can dish out the most damage possible, since each of them has the same number, 50%, 50%, and 50%. We'll find out. Yeah. Like you can see here, this is my setup here. ExAileen, dual wield, Aegean arm, artisan, and then champion's belt, my stronger setup that I have. And you can already see that I'm already kind of full with my setup. I equip her with dual wield, Adventure 5, which is a 40%, and then Swan 6 Pride, Win, and Martial Arts Mastery. And today, for this video, I'm gonna show you, is it better to use Martial Arts Mastery, which will boost the unit's attack stats by 50%, or is it better to use Killer Passive? So let's start with... First, I'm gonna start what will happen if I don't use any Mastery ability here. So she only has 1047. And this way we can compare what's the total attack boost gonna be, with or without that additional 50% from either weapon mastery or killer passive. I'm gonna alternate between using limit burst and killing blow. So 1.5 damage and killing blow for two sets, 2 rounds. 2.18. Well, right here you can see that killing blow hits harder than her own limit burst, 2.3 million damage. And on the 5th turn, I'm just going to defend. So just like a round of limit burst and then a round of killing blow. That's unlocked by using limit burst. And see what's total damage here. Total damage is 7.8 million damage, guys. 7.8 million damage. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And now let's add weapon mastery, which is the martial arts mastery. Attack stats will improve from 1047 to 1142 attack. Okay, let's do this again. It was 7.7, right? Let's do the same rotation of limit burst. $2 million damage, and then killing blow. $2.6 million damage. One more. You know, like there's an attack range when you deal damage here. So the more you do, there you go. Earlier it was 2 million, now 2.3 million. Huge difference. And so the more you do here, the more accurate the data is gonna be. And 2.7 million damage. And defend on this one. Let's see what additional damage it inflicts from 2.7. It becomes 9.7 million damage, guys. So it's about 2 million damage in addition to the, without using that 50% weapon mastery. Maybe you want to use reburn or things like that. Or discernment maybe. And now here I'm gonna test what's the total damage when I use Man-Eater. Please note that ExAileen already has innate 50% damage there. So again, point blank impact, limit burst. $1.9 million, and then killing blow. $2.9. That's kind of weird. If you notice, guys, when I use limit burst, the killer passive did not proc. Oh, it proc now. The first part. I thought it didn't proc. And yep, 2.3 million damage. And killing blow is gonna deal 2.9 million damage. So it's, and then defend. So earlier it was 9.7. So let's see what's the total damage is. 10.1 million damage, guys. So you can see that at lower stats, by sacrificing the attack stats, you can still deal more damage than when using a 50% weapon mastery, martial arts mastery. Okay. And it's kind of unfair to compare between dual wielding unit and a double hand unit because they have a total different stats and attack stats. So now I'm gonna compare between double hand and killer passive and remove the unnecessary ability there. So Tomb Raider, and okay, and this is double hand, yeah. Okay, so now with this double hand setup, my Aileen has 1335 attack. And after this, I'm gonna compare this with, I'm gonna replace double hand with Man-Eater materia. Okay, let's see how much damage it's gonna bring in here. This is my best true double hand setup. It's kind of pathetic. I'm still waiting for Cloud though. Hey, again, point blank impact. $3.9 and killing blow. Yeah, when you are with true double hand setup, Killing Blow will definitely deal less damage than when with Dual Wield. Limit Burst is your best bet with this true double hand setup. Oh, 4 million damage, nice. So let's see what's the total is gonna be. So earlier was 7.7, 9.7, and then 10.1 million damage. And let's see here with double hand setup without the additional killer passive. It deals a total of 11.899 million damage, guys. You can see that kind of double hand setup hits harder based on what you can see here. 11.9, let's say. And let's see what happened if I replace double hand with Man Eater. Both of them brings in 50%. Okay, 12-15 there. Okay, I'm curious how strong this one is gonna be. 3.5. Like the variance seems really great here. Huge variance, if you can see there. And defend, yeah, I think it was earlier 11.9 million. Double hand without killer passive, and let's see what happened after I replace double hand with 50% material. 12.29 million damage, guys. So let's recap what I did earlier. So I did a 4-turn rotation, limit break, point blank impact, and then use killing blow. And then on 3rd turn use point blank impact, and then on the 4th turn I use killing blow again. On the 5th turn I just defend for all of the tests. And for the first test I'm using a dual wield ExAileen setup with a sword, a weapon mastery there. I reach up to 1,142 attack and can dish out 9.77 million damage. And then when I replace that weapon mastery with a killer passive, a Man Eater, the attack drops to 1,047 attack, but the damage increases to 10.1 million damage, which is a plus 3.5% increase in damage. And then I also do a double hand setup here. I just use a single wield and use double hand setup with my ExAileen. With a full double hand setup, I managed to reach up to 1,335 attack and can dish out 11.899 million damage, guys. And by replacing one double hand materia with one killer ability, which is Man Eater, the attack drops to 1,215 attack, but the damage increase to 12.29 million damage, which is an increase of 3.3% here. So based on this test, if you know what type of enemy you're gonna fight against, it is going to be better to use the killer ability than to use a weapon mastery type of ability or a double hand type of ability if all of them have the same number. In this case, I'm using 50% as a number there. The number may seem small there, just 3.3% or 3.5% increase in damage, but it is still an increase, guys. And the number becomes small because ExAileen, the unit I'm using here, she has innate Man Killer passive already, which is a 50% additional increase in damage, and I do believe that's what caused that small increase in damage. If ExAileen doesn't have innate Man Killer passive, the difference in damage is gonna be much greater, guys. Let me show you what I mean here. I'm gonna use normal ExAileen to test it out. Normal ExAileen doesn't have Man Killer passive. And this is my normal Eileen in a dual wield mode. First, I'm just gonna remove the weapon mastery, so she has 1072 attack here. This will act as a base damage number. For this test here, I'm just gonna use Pile Driver +2 for the entire 5 turns. Pile Driver +2 is Eileen's best attacking skill, damaging skill here. After 5 turns, the total damage is, you can see there, it is 3.2 million damage, total damage in 5 turns. Okay, so let's see what does 50%, like what kind of damage we will see with Martial Art Mastery, which will boost the attack by 50%. There you go. So earlier it was 3.2 million. I'm just gonna do the same thing, keep using Pile Driver +2 for the entire 5 turns here, but this time with Martial Arts Mastery equipped. She has 1167 attack with this setup. It is 3.93 million damage, so it's from 3.2. There's an additional about 700,000 damage, guys, when you use Martial Arts Mastery. And now it's time to show you what will happen if I use Man-Eater, which is a 50% additional damage to human enemy. Against human, okay. And this is the result you see, 4.78 million damage after you replace Martial Art Mastery with a Man-Eater ability. Yeah, that's about 23% increase in damage by replacing Martial Arts Mastery with Man-Killer, even when both of them has that 50% number. Yeah, this, earlier you only see 3.5% number because that Explorer Eileen has innate 50% Man-Eater passive already. Yeah, this is how high it can get when there is no passive with a unit involved there. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope this video is helpful for you. Bye bye.